Good morning, and thank you for being here today. First, I want to say to the Marshal, thank you for this operation and coordinating this operation to rescue our children. My name is Mark Glass, and I'm the Florida Law Enforcement Commissioner. This is what we do in Florida Law Enforcement. We are proud to have a state, we have a law and order state, a free state of Florida, but we also have proud to have legislators and leaders, such as the governor and cabinet, that support us in this role of rescuing children and going after the bad guys. What we've got to do as a community is to ensure that we are doing our best effort in helping find children, runaways, people are human trafficked. This team that you see behind me here with us, also Attorney General, State Prosecution, also the Marshals Service, HSI, this is what they do too. We work on finding kids all the time. We had successful operations in the Middle District, Marshals, and U.S. Marshals down there, and now bringing it to the U.S. Marshals, bring that here to rescue children. So I just want to say thank you for being here and listening to this great operation we go here for Marshals.
Good morning. My name is Greg Loyal, Greljelejel. I'm the United States Marshal for the Northern District of Florida. Today we're going to announce that the U.S. Marshals Service, in conjunction with numerous law enforcement partners, led a missing child operation this month that resulted in the recovery and location of 43 critically missing children across 14 counties in North Florida. This would not have been possible without the teamwork demonstrated by all the law enforcement and social service entities here today. Operation Northern Lights included a comprehensive, multidisciplinary task force of federal, state, and local government agencies, as well as social services, the medical community, and non-governmental organizations. Operational planning and coordination. All right, sorry about that. Operational planning and coordination led the execution of a 2-week initiative geared to recover and safely locate our community's most critically missing youth. An initiative of this magnitude has not been undertaken in Northern Florida until this month. Over 80 personnel from 25 different agencies, including law enforcement, social services, federal and state attorney's offices, and nonprofits, work together to bring these children home. The operation had 3 primary objectives: recover critically missing youth, provide essential services, including appropriate placement, and deter criminal activity related to exploiting the vulnerabilities of missing children. Recovering missing children is one of the key missions of the U.S. Marshals Service. We take the investigative tools and expertise that we have long been known for in apprehending fugitives and apply these same resources to find missing and endangered children. In the last 10 years, the U.S. Marshals Service has located or recovered nearly 4,000 children nationwide. Northern Lights resulted in 12 arrests and include recoveries potentially into additional future charges, including human trafficking, child endangerment, and custodial interference. During this operation, endangered children from North Florida were recovered not only locally, but also in other states, including Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. One example is of a 13-year-old girl who had been missing for 8 months out of Swanee County. During that period of missing, investigators believed she had been transported through multiple states. Our teams worked tirelessly on that case and were able to successfully and safely locate and recover her in Jacksonville, Florida during the operation. This was the most successful missing child operation ever undertaken in North Florida. 43 endangered kids are now home for the holidays. The recovered children range in age from 1.5 to 17 years old. This operation is not about finding the missing children, but also providing needed physical and psychological care to help them begin the path to healing. Recovered children were provided with medical resources, nourishment, social services, and child advocates. Operation Northern Lights is a great example of a successful team effort across multiple disciplines, including law enforcement and social services. And on behalf of the U.S. Marshals Service, I'd like to thank all of our partner agencies here for helping to save these children. At this time, I'd like to introduce Homeland Security Investigations Assistant Special Agent Sergeant Nick Ingenio.
Morning, my name is Daniel. This is especially in charge of Homeland Security investigations as the Executive Council. The results of this operation implies the dedication and collaboration of our law enforcement agencies going forward, including the Big Bend Protecting Child Innocence Task Force. These coordinated efforts to reporting children were found, reunited with their family, and ensuring their safety. The operation required extensive planning, intelligence sharing, tireless commitment for our agents, officers. Each child's safe recovery is a testament to the power of teamwork and unwavering resolve to protect those vulnerable person. And I think just in general, to echo some of the statements. In Florida, we're very lucky. Great law enforcement people are really dedicated to helping children, protect children. I think in Northern Florida, we are extremely lucky because everyone up here, all the agents, officers are really dedicated to this mission, whether it's finding runaways, whether it's combating human trafficking, child exploitation. We recognize the trauma of the children that they have endured and remain committed to supporting them and their families to recover. Our work does not end. We continue to pursue those who exploit endangered children and bring them to justice.
Good morning. My name is Ron Davis. I'm here in the Sheriff's Office. My comment is going to be very brief, but I'm going to be here directly from Sergeant Buell, our agency contact, really part of our team. I also want to say that all credit. On behalf of Sheriff Wally Dale, he sends his full support and appreciation to everyone who participated in this operation, specifically the U.S. Marshals Service, HSI, and our state partners, and others, and certainly our local partners, allies in this department, and throughout the entire world. This operation and partnership provided tremendous, as you've heard, opportunity for kids to be home during the holiday season. That were advocacy, but we know that this effort, this work would not have been done without this effort in collaboration of all the agencies. CDA members here in the Sheriff's Office, and we're very proud of. But to that point, I want to bring up Sergeant Rachel Buell, led our efforts, and our
Good morning. Operation Northern Lights was not small. It was not routine. It was a deliberate 12-day surge built around one promise. We will find missing children before harm finds them. This operation was carried out in a strong partnership between the Louisiana County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshals Service, and Homeland Security investigations. Together, we moved quickly, deliberately, and with purpose. Because when a child goes missing, hesitation is not an option. The HEAT unit at the Louisiana County Sheriff's Office carried this mission with absolute urgency. My team, our detectives and analysts, balanced full caseloads, ongoing investigations, and long operation phase without a single complaint. They didn't ask, do we have to? They asked, where do we go next? And that is why children are home today. This operation required nonstop coordination, interviews, surveillance, technology work, address checks, and relentless following. Some of these children crossed county lines, and some crossed state lines. Some were in dangerous and unstable situations. But none of that slowed this team down. If the circumstances changed, we adjusted, and we kept it. To our law enforcement and victim service partners who assisted throughout this operation, thank you. Thank you for stepping up, sharing resources, and standing shoulder to shoulder with us. Let me be clear, not one of these children was forgotten. Not one was treated as a number, and not one was left behind on our watch. Families deserve answers, children deserve safety, and those who exploit them deserve to know that we are not passive and we are not left away. To the families, your children were fought for every minute of this operation. To the children we recovered, you had an entire network of people who refused to give up on you. And while Operation Northern Lights is closing, our mission is not. The work continues tomorrow, the next day, and every day after that. Because protecting children is not an event. It is a calling, it is a responsibility, and for us, it is deeply personal. Thank you.
Good morning. Brad McVeigh, Florida Attorney General, State Line Prosecution. What a privilege it is to be here today in such a meeting and be involved in such a meaningful operation. Many thanks to the U.S. Marshals Service for leading us to success in this operation. and all of our law enforcement partners who participate. This operation reflects what is possible when law enforcement, prosecutors, and victim advocates come together with one common goal to protect Florida's children. 43 children were located during this operation. It was a 12-day operation. Some of the kids were infants, toddlers. All are now safe because of the men and women behind them. There are still active investigations with regard to trafficking, and I can be clear on this. If there are any trafficking allegations that can be proven, those defendants can expect the full force of the law. Attorney General requires the Office of Statewide Prosecution involved from the start. Our prosecutors, led by Ryan Hernandez, our Bureau Chief in Tallahassee, took on responsibility of reviewing warrants, court orders, giving legal advice. Just last month, it was a similar operation in South Florida to the senior prosecutors for the years that examined. We're involved. We are so grateful and thankful for our partnership with the law enforcement folks here today and the U.S. Marshals. It's a privilege to be part of this operation. And we are very proud of our prosecutors for diving into this work and joining forces. Crimes and neglect involving children are among the most heartless, and they need immediate action. Many missing children face heightened risk for abuse, neglect, exploitation. And because of this operation, 43 children will spend the holiday in a safe place. It is the Attorney General of Florida's highest priority to protect Florida's children. Florida will continue to lead, and we will never hesitate when children are in danger. We will act, coordinate, and deliver results. On behalf of the Attorney General of Florida, I want to thank every law enforcement partner up here today, every analyst, every victim advocate, every prosecutor, every agency that was involved. Thank you for helping Florida's children. And while the operation is over, the road to justice is just beginning. The Office of Statewide Prosecution will do everything that we can to hold these defendants fully accountable for their law. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the statement of the press. Directly following this adjournment, we will have our operational commander, Matt Ronji, United States Marshals Service, Sergeant Rachel Buell, and our Sheriff's Office, Group Supervisor John Shields with HSI, and Melissa Medina with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They can answer any individual questions about the agency's participation in this operation. Thank you all for attending. Especially like to thank all the people standing behind me, the boots on the ground. Those are the guys that spend 16, 17 hours a day trying to locate this. Thank you very much for attending.